Hey guys, Mr. Mike again. Glad to see you all back. Part 2 of the tumbling video. So this is going to be for Thursday gold tumbling, which is 5:15 until 5:45. Okay, so hopefully you got through all the warming and stretch, the warm up and the stretching. Okay, you got through all of that, and then there's going to be a few skills that I want you to work on so the kids stay safe at home. I'm not there to spot them. I don't want anyone getting hurt, anything like that. So these are going to be elements that they can work on while I'm not there with them, so they can have their flexibility and their strength. So when I get back into the studio, their skills will progress even more quickly because they're getting stronger and more flexible, okay? So we went through all the warm-ups, all the stretching. We're going to give you a few more strengthening things we can work on. And then you can go back through that stretching and warm up to at the end, okay? I don't want to give you too much to work on. I just want to make sure that you guys are focusing and doing everything the right way that I have given you already, okay? So we're going to do a few things for that level, for the gold level, and Lola's going to come over here and help me, okay? So we have a pillow just in case. I'm going to put this pillow down, and if somebody wants to help, so she's going to face that way, and we're going to do face that way. And we're going to do a back bend, okay? So the best way for them to do a back bend when you're first learning is to split your feet apart, okay? The more you split your feet apart, the easier it is for you to get your hips forward, okay? So your hands start at your side, okay? So your hands are going to come up. You look at your hands and you go down to the ground, okay? I have this pillow here, so when you guys are at home, your kid, they fall down, they're going to fall on the pillow, okay? And you can also help them. The best way for them to grab is right here at your shoulders. You can push them back up, okay? Again, we're gonna break that down. Step back a little bit. Okay, good. Step back a little bit, good. Okay, so again, the wider your feet are when you're first learning, the easier it's gonna be. Take this pillow, you know, any pillow you have, scoot it right through the back of their feet so their hands don't go on there when they're going down. Arms come up, you look at your hands, there. That's called a back bend, okay? If you don't want to stand back up, she can just go back down to the ground from here, okay? And then stand back up and do that again, okay? I'd like 10 of those back bends to be done, okay? After those back bends, because we just stretched our back out that way, you're going to sit down in a pike, okay? And then you're just going to do a pike. You're going to sit down and stretch that for 30 seconds because we stretched our back one way, we want to stretch it back the other way, okay? So that's really going to help with that flexibility in your lower back, okay? All right, the other thing we can do for strengthening too is get into a push-up position for me. Okay, so we're going to hold a push-up position, but we're going to do something called alternating shoulder touches, okay? So she's going to touch her opposite shoulder while holding this push-up position, okay? So I really want the kids to challenge themselves with this and do 100. I don't expect them to do 100 without stopping if they need to take a quick break, but start up quickly right after that. Continue to keep going, okay? What you want them to do also is stop from swaying back and forth here, so you're really engaging your tummy muscles, okay? So you're squeezing here in the push-up position, touch, 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 touch. You're not rocking back and forth like this, okay? This is gonna help get the strength in the arms, so these skills we were working on in the studio, the handstand elements, walking, back walkover elements, cartwheels, round-offs, you can really get that strength there, okay? All right, you cannot do enough handstands. When learning tumbling, you can never do enough handstands, okay? So that's going to give you the strength that you need in your arms, the strength in your core to hold all of that, okay? So in tumbling, you're on your hands almost the same amount as you're on your feet, okay? So you really need to make sure you have the strength in your shoulders there. So with handstands, there's different ways we can do the handstands, okay? If they're wearing socks, have them kick up against the wall. Try to hold the handstand for 10 seconds if they can. If they want to hold it longer, let them try to hold that longer, okay? So I want 10 of those for at least 10 seconds, okay? if they can hold it longer, do a challenge with them and see how long they can hold it, and make it a game to see if they can beat their last time. You know, see if we can do a little bit longer and hold it, okay? If you don't want them going against the wall, then you can get yourself a pillow, put that back down again, and we're gonna come over here and kick up to a handstand. Make sure your hands are just right to the outside of the pillow. Make sure it's not a big pillow. Kick up to a handstand, okay? So if they're gonna fall down, you'll fall down on the pillow, okay? Yes, exactly, okay? So that's there, okay? If you have a big comforter, you can put that down on the ground too, to make sure it's not slipping around, just to give a little extra padding. I'm doing this on carpet. Don't do it on a hard floor, obviously. You know, these elements are pretty basic, so it's not anything too strenuous to where you have to worry about safety or anything like that. We want to make sure the kids are staying safe too, trying all these things, and you know, you don't want them doing anything they can't do. So make sure you just keep an eye on them when they're doing these. Again, they've done them all in the studio before. They know what they are. Do those handstands. Let's do those shoulder touches, okay? Those back bends are great. And then there's one more thing I really want to focus on, and that's going to be just a regular bridge. You're going to lay on your back here. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to do a challenge here. So you're going to go up to a bridge, and then for 10 seconds, you want to see she's going to lift up one of her limbs and hold it for 10 seconds. So she picked her leg, okay? 10-second hold. She's going to put that back down, and she's going to try to do another one, any other one she wants to do. Lift up and hold it. So she's doing her other leg. Very nice. You can try to help them here. Don't push their leg too much. You'll tip them over. But if you want to try to help straighten their leg out, that's good. Point your toe. So far, good. She did 20 seconds. She can do another one. Can you do another one?
Yes.
What are you going to do? You're going to try an arm? You're going to do a leg again. Okay, good.
I think I'm going to do an arm.
So make it a game. See how far they can do it. Don't hold on to that. Just put it up here. Okay, so she's doing an arm here and holding that. Very good. Can you do your other arm? Wow. Put that arm up. Very good. And then come back down. Okay, so I only expect you to be able to do one of those for 10 seconds. Really tell them to focus on concentrating on squeezing their abs and engaging their core to keep the balance and not tipping over, okay? If they're lifting their legs up, tell them to go as high as they can, but with their legs straight. Try to point your toes. Really engaging their core, okay? If they're gonna lift a hand up, try to lift your arm up and balance that way, okay? If they wanna do one leg for 10 seconds and they can still hold themselves up, tell them to try to do another leg for 10 seconds, okay? That balance required to do that and then engaging your core is a lot harder than it looks without tipping over, okay? And then these are all elements that's only gonna help with me in the studio, okay? If they wanna work on cartwheels at home, and you allow them to work on cartwheels, let them work on cartwheels. Make sure that when they're doing a cartwheel, can you do it facing that way? Okay, when they're doing a cartwheel, finish facing outside. Good. Then do it again, finish and stop facing that way. So they start facing one direction. When they're finished, they're facing the direction they started. Okay, do the cartwheel again. Good, and freeze there. Okay, when you finish the cartwheel, your toes, knees, hips, shoulders, head have to face like you were looking at yourself where you started, okay? When you finish, you don't want to be turned out like this. That's not the right body position you want to be in, okay? Now, if you want to do a pivot turn and go again, your foot's already in front for you to have enough to go again and finish that way. Very good, okay? Do not turn too quickly when you're doing your cartwheels, okay? Your hips turning out and stuff, those are bad habits. You don't want to get into that. You want to be able to control everything going through, okay? Cartwheels, if you allow them to do cartwheels, have them do that. If not, just really push the handstands, the bridges, lifting their legs up, lifting your hands up, handstands. You can't do enough handstands. The back bends with a spot or with a pillow. The handstands you can do against the wall also, and then go through those stretching and warm-ups again that I had sent in the first video. So you're doing these stretching and warm-ups to begin. Do all these keys that I just pointed out in this video. Really push those. And then if you want, go through those again. So right now we'll really focus on the strengthening and conditioning part of the tumbling. So once they do get back in the studio and I can assist them with stuff, their progress will come much more quickly, okay? Thank you. Hopefully I can see videos and pictures of the children doing all this. I'd love to see all that, and be safe. And we will talk to you guys soon. Thank you, Lola.
Bye.
Bye.